Hey guys, Hugh Shang here. Welcome to the video. In this one, we're going to be looking at the new maps and more specifically how to defend Cannon Rush, because this map pool is absolutely disgusting. And as you guys know, first week of ladder, maybe even the first 2 weeks, everybody is a cheese fiend. So you're going to definitely need to know how to defend Cannon Rushes. And also, I don't know how to put this nicely, you guys, but I have a Cannon Rush scale of 1 to 5, and one of these maps is so good for Cannon Rush, this one actually, that it broke my scale of 1 to 5. It's actually a 6 in Cannon Rushes. So I don't know, that might make you excited, that might make you cry, but let's go look at the maps and see how to defend them. Alright, here we are on Waterfall, and I rated Waterfall a 4 because there are multiple 4 pylon walls, so it's very, very good. So you can see over here we have the first Cannon Rush spot. You can place 2 pylons like this, and then you can run over here and place the next 2 pylons over here. And I think, you know, it's too far for the probes to run and stop you, so it's quite strong. The only small downside about this Cannon Rush spot is if they are attacking both of your pylons. It's not really too easy to re-wall, I think. Like you can place a cannon here and you can re-wall this pylon for sure. And you can re-wall these 2 pylons definitely, but this one looks like a little bit hard to re-wall. Maybe it's not a problem. There's not that much surface area on it, but yeah, it's not like a perfect Cannon Rush's wet dream. And then you also have a Cannon Rush spot over here, placing the pylons like this and like this. Also very good, but not quite re-wallable again. So I think these ones are fairly stoppable, but you should probably also just stick some probes back here if you see that they're trying to get these pylons. Yeah, before they get the pylon walls up, because if they do get the pylon walls up, you're probably screwed. Okay, and then the other Cannon Rush spot is over here with this pylon. This is the only one that works, so you want to just block this spot. So yeah, don't allow this because they can get a cannon down here pretty easily. So what you want to do is either just place your gateway here or your first pylon here, and then you're good. And that is it for Waterfall. Okay, let's check out the other ones. Okay, so next map, we're here on Stargazers. And Stargazers also a really good Cannon Rush map. I think this one, probably one people are going to struggle with, because over here we have some really nice pylons. So for example, on this lower gas, we can place a pylon here. You can stop this spot with one in this position. And then you could go and block here, but I think it's faster for Cannon Rushers to do one in this spot and then one over here. It looks like there's an entrance here, but there's not when you're on the diagonal edge to a pylon. So this is actually a full wall, and there's enough room back here that they can re-wall. So for example, if they kill this pylon, you can place a pylon here, and if they kill these pylons, you can just, I don't know, re-wall there maybe, or even here. Should be fine. So really, really good Cannon Rush spot on this side. There's no Cannon Rushes over here though, so as long as you block this side, you should be fairly good. And then on the ramp area, you can place a pylon here. This one doesn't work on the top left, and the middle one does work. So this map is going to be a little bit harder just because the middle one is good. But I think if you place your gateway like this, you should prevent most of the Cannon Rushes. So I would probably do something like either pylon here and then gate here, or you could do the other way, which is you know, pylon here maybe, gate here, something like that. Should be fine. This could be a bit annoying, I suppose. Maybe something like this. I'm not sure. But at least you eliminate most of the threats, I think, by placing your gate or pylon like here. Yeah, so basically look out for these spots and really look out for this spot. I think this spot is kind of disgusting, so I gave this map a Cannon Rush score of 5. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Alright, so here we are on Tropical Sacrifice. This map is really good for Cannon Rushes. I gave it a 4.5 because of this top Cannon Rush spot, which is a 4 pylon wall. You can wall these 2 first, and then these ones are pretty close distance, so I don't think it's going to be too easy for your opponent to move their probes over here in time. You're probably going to get these pylons down. And on top of that, I think this is a really nasty Cannon Rush over here. either they can place their pylon like this and get low ground access, or even more devastating is if you try and block it, let's say, let's say with a gateway like this, they're going to have this secondary really nasty cannon rush using your buildings by placing 2 pylons here and here. And then that'll give them access to, let's say, like a cannon there. And if you try to make a zealot, you know, here, let's say, then you can just re-wall with some more pylons, and yeah, they're basically unkillable. So this looks really, really dangerous. I'm not really sure how we're going to defend this cannon rush, because if you don't put the gateway here, you put a pylon, you're making it a little bit easier to kill that. And yeah, it looks very, very difficult. So I gave this one a high score. This might be a veto map. I gave this a score of 4.5. We'll see. A little bit of a cannon rusher's wet dream. Let's go check out the next map. We're now looking at Cosmic Sapphire, and this map is actually really hard to cannon rush on. There is a cannon rush spot kind of over here, but it's 5 pylon wall. It's not that strong. There's no way to like do it in 4. So I think this one is very manageable. You should be able to just even pull workers in time, I think, to block this, because they'll have to start, you know, on this side, I think, and then it's going to take them so long to get here. You can easily pull probes and stop. So this spot, or this map rather, is pretty bad, I think, for cannon rushers. Also, like, this spot is not, you know, that strong, because this doesn't actually allow you to make a cannon over here, surprisingly, unless you place it here, which is really bad because you can't re-wall. Like, you can just use your probes to attack this pylon. So that doesn't work. And then if they do it over here, you can kind of block that with a gate. And yeah, and then you should be good. So not a very good cannon rush map. I think this one is like a 1 or a 2 on my cannon rush score. So probably cannon rushers are just going to veto this map, which means you should not veto this map. Okay, let's go to the next one, which is Moondance. And that's where the fun ends. Alright guys, we're loading up on Moondance here, and this is where the fun ends. This is... I might even need to revise my my scoring method, because this map just broke the scoring method. That's how good it is for cannon rush. It's absolutely ridiculous. So let's make an Nexus. I think we'll have to veto this one, because that's how broken it is. Okay. So, okay, first thing is there's a really nasty spot already over here. So you have... maybe a pylon here, or here could be good as well, I think. And then you could even start, yeah, probably best is to start the cannon rush on this side. So maybe something like here, 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 here. Very nasty already. And you can maybe start with your first 2 pylon like these two. And then guess what? On the other side, there's also a sick wall. So not only do you have to defend against this side for a cannon rush, you also got to defend against this side. Alright, now bear with me because we're just beginning on this map. That's alright. This already looks like a veto, but let's keep going because there's more. Alright, so pylon here. You can do a low ground cannon rush in this spot. Let me just turn on the all buildings. And this one is very easily wallable with like a pylon and then maybe like one here, I guess. Easy cannon rush. You also have this side. So if they wall in the reverse and block that pylon spot, you can place a pylon here, and then you can start your cannon rush over here instead. And then this is also, you know, fairly reasonably wallable. This one's obviously better. Okay, so these are the normal cannon rush spots. I have one more, and you might be thinking, Yusheng, there's no more spots over here. But there is. We can sneak over here, and we can start the cannon rush behind the mineral line from the low ground. So you can actually put a cannon, actually probably better is put your first pylon here maybe, or here. But wherever you put this one, let's say there, you can put a cannon like this, and then you can kind of wall that off a little bit so 3 probes can attack. And that'll protect a pylon from either this position or maybe this position. Probably this one's the one you want to go with, so you can put a cannon here. And yeah, that is defendable. Probes cannot kill this without getting hit by the cannon. So Yeah, this is honestly, this is so good that it broke my score. I mean, there's so many counter rush spots in PvP here that I'm gonna give this one a 6 out of 5. And if you're a PROTOSS player, this is an insta ban. This is literally unplayable. There's so many spots, not even pro gamers are gonna hold counter rushes on this map. I can guarantee it. It's just incredibly broken. Like, can you imagine this pylon starting first while a probe is in your main looking for these spots? And so if you mess up any of these, you're just screwed. So yeah, this map's unplayable. This map's broken. I'm not even joking. Like, I have to veto this because of this. And yeah, let's move on to the next map. Okay, here's the map Inside and Out, formerly called Frost Giant. And thankfully, this map is not a very high scoring counter rush map. It's a 3. And it looks like you can get a kind of nice spot here, but not quite. There's this doesn't work. Your pro can still go through. So in order to counter rush on this map, you're gonna have to place these two like this. And then you can wall it off. But the problem with this is that you can really fuck, it's too loud. Alright, so we're here on Inside and Out, formerly called Frost Giant. And it kind of looks like you can get a really nice wall here, but not quite. There's a corner touching on the end, so it doesn't really work. You have to place it like this. And thankfully, this one doesn't end up being too strong because there's no potential of re-walling. So as long as you get a bunch of probes attacking these pylons, you should be all good. Nothing really they can do once you kill them all, and then it's defended. And then the only other real counter rush you gotta, keep in mind, I guess, is this one. So don't let them place a pylon here. Just make sure that your gateway is there. And yeah, pretty much problem solved. This doesn't work very well. There's no way to put the cannon here, because if they go like this, you just make a zealot. Problem solved. Just make sure that you block the low ground as well. Put a couple probes down here, and you should be good to go. So Frost Giant, or I guess Inside and Out that it's called now, is no problemo. All right, let's check out the next map. All right, now we are looking at Data C. This is the last map in the pool. You might be hoping that this is a bad cannon rush map because we've had so many 4s, 5s, and 6s breaking my scale. But you'd be wrong. This one is a 5. So on this map, there's actually a really nice double pylon you can place to make some pretty disgusting counter rushes. So that pylon positioning is here. So if you start with these two pylons, you actually have 2 counter rush spots. You can counter rush at the top, or you can counter rush at the bottom. Whichever you prefer, really. So here is how you finish the top one. And this is pretty sick counter rush spot because you can re-wall. Like if I place a cannon back here, you can easily see that there's enough space to re-wall. Like if this pylon dies, you can actually spam click a pylon like this, and then you're screwed. Okay, 2 more pylon spots you can place here and here. Same kind of thing. There's tons of space over here, so you're pretty much fucked. And then we have some pylon spawns over here. And this one's especially nasty because you can place a cannon down here like this, and you can finish walling it like that. So this is pretty much untouchable as well. So very, very good map. I rated this one a 5. Can you even do a wall over here, I think? Okay, so this side isn't good. So you might want to place your gate like here maybe, and then your pylon here. But honestly, this looks pretty gross. This might be another veto just for PvP because this is really, really hard to hold. You're going to have at least, 2 probes over here, 2 probes over here. And then if they go for this low ground wall, I mean, they always have this 3 pylon wall down here, which is really, really brutal. Once they get this, you're going to struggle without maybe going for a forge or something. So really, really good cannon rush map. Very dangerous. Hope you guys enjoyed this guide. A little bit sad because there's so many good cannon rush maps. There was only, I think, 1 map that was a 1 and 1 map that was a 3. So yeah, very, very good cannon rush map. Even better than the last map pool, which I thought was already really good. So it's a dangerous world out there. Be safe, guys. and I will see you in the next one.